If you're doing VCE methods this year, you need to understand complex domains before your first SAC. In part B of this question, we're asked to find the implied domain of log e of f of x. Now, f of x we determined in the previous question, and it has a graph represented with this quartic shape here. So whenever you have the log of an expression, the implied domain is caused by the fact that that expression can only be positive or greater than 0. This is because we can't have the log of 0 values or negative values. So to determine the domain of log e of f of x in this case, we just have to simply find the x values for which f of x is positive. So what I would say is that f of x should be strictly greater than 0. Now we can do this algebraically, but that's actually quite difficult. The easiest way of doing it in this question is simply by looking at our graph and seeing where the y value of our function is greater than 0, which is pretty much just where the y value is higher than the x-axis. So what I'm going to do is use this highlighter and literally just draw out wherever the y values are greater than 0. So you can see it happens in between -2 and 0, and it happens in between 0 and 2. Now keep in mind that we don't want to have the equal 0 value. So we don't want to include the x-intercepts because they're going to be where f of x is equal to 0, which should be outside of our domain, because we want whatever is inside the log expression to be strictly greater than 0, not greater than or equal to 0. So therefore, all we have to do is just convert this to a domain. So what we need to say is that x is an element of -2 to 0 using the round brackets because they're exclusive brackets. And then I combine that with 0 to 2. And this is a very easy way of finding the implied domain of log e of f of x.